Jamie McMurray in the 42 car. He looked down the straightaway, Wally. The car's, something's wrong.
Yeah, we were watching them go down the straightaway, and as soon as he hit the brakes, that's when the car really got loose on him, and he hit the wall pretty hard here. Watch
Boom. Same thing that Rusty Wallace had knocked off a little bit ago. But he had brakes because the rear brakes locked up just before he hit the wall. If you watch the rear tires, you'll see them lock up.
The car's like shimmy. Yeah, it's like... Remember, he had reported in that he thought he had something wrong with the car. Maybe the left front was down. It doesn't look like any tires were down, but it's certainly when he got on the brakes, all of a sudden the car got sideways on him.
Something broke. We just don't know what.
Yeah, because the tires are up there on the right side.
Did not hit. Oh, crash off turn 4. Dale Jarrett. Right back across into the center of traffic, but everybody avoids him.
Cautions, precautions.
I'm telling you. See some fire under the hood of that car.
All right.
Oh, wow, boy, they get some laps back, aren't they?
And Ryan Newman racing Bill Elliott back to the caution flag. Michael Waltrip.
Ooh, here's the bad deal. You got a car sitting in the racetrack right now, and these guys are racing back in yellow.
Yeah.
That is just, I hate to see that.
Lots of damage. Let's see. Here we see Spencer coming off the corner. The 7 gets loose just like Jimmy Johnson did. He goes up, gets in the side of the 88 car, and the brown truck goes around.
Dale Jarrett coming from the Infield Care Center. First of all, are you okay? And what happened to cause the wreck?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just on the restart, and 7 car, I don't know where he thought he was going, but just ran all over me. About all you can say about it.
Were you aware of the guys racing back to the caution, and you had a unique perspective on that, DJ?
Yeah, not a good place to be. Knew they'd be coming back. I started to get unbuckled, and I buckled back up, and yeah, that wasn't a very good sight to be looking in your mirror seeing that. I know what they're doing, what they got to do, but not a fun place to be. But we had a really good car, shouldn't have been in that position anyway. A few people learn to use their heads when not even halfway in the race.
Want to talk about the racing back to the caution flag issue.
Okay, watch, this is what I'm concerned about. Here you got Dale Jarrett sitting there. He's already has the steering wheel off. Now these guys are racing back. He's sitting in the middle of the racetrack, and these guys are coming racing back. Now, if he were to get hit, you'd want that steering wheel on, first of all, because that steering wheel plugs on. It's like a big old axle sitting there. It doesn't look like...
It looks to me like that Jarrett realized that he was in trouble there, reached up, maybe I should put this wheel back on.
The drivers are told in their pre-race meeting 2 hours before race time, let the leader be the one to race cars back to the start-finish line. Let him be the one to decide who to keep a lap down and who not to.
Right.
Bill Elliott, that was his prerogative there to decide whether to let those cars have a lap back or not, but it seemed like the guys racing with him, Newman and Waltrip, had other ideas in mind.
You're going to have to leave me a little bit of room in the middle of the corner.
Really good. Just be easy here.
Oh, we got a car on the wall. That's 2 cars. Truex.
It's raining.
Raining in turn 1. It all of a sudden just started raining really quickly in turn 1. Bunch of the leaders had trouble. Bunch of the guys up front.
Kyle Busch leading the race. First one to the corner in the rain. You see the damage. Heavy damage to the 18 car. The 19 of Truex, another Joe Gibbs Toyota.
I think Hamlin has some damage too.
Heavy damage to the 18. I'm not sure this is even repairable, and where they're at currently with multiple wins on the season, I'm just not sure, you know, the value. Oh,
he's got the window net down, pushing the pace car.
I don't believe I would do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's definitely going to draw the attention of NASCAR there. I goes some frustration. Let's take a look. We know how this started, why this started, but look at the lack of grip.
Yeah,
everybody in the corner, way up the track. 4 cars back here with contact. Look at Kyle Busch just drives in the corner, expecting to have grip, and it's just not there. Track's wet. Big damage. I've drove cars for 2 decades, and I'm shocked at the lack of grip. That, you know, I know that it's raining pretty hard out there. We're in a booth, and we don't really know exactly how much participation is coming down, but I am shocked at the lack of grip that those cars have on that surface out there.
Back underway, and Gordon gets a great start
Junior did not. Look at Junior.
No, trouble.
Oh, that's going to turn Truex. And Truex is going to get right into Burton, and we've got more problems.
We got all kinds of people. Kevin Harvick,
Brian Vickers, David Reagan,
Yeah.
Casey Mears is involved in that. Oh, what a mess for the 8th caution of the day.
Lots of RCR cars sitting in that shot.
And there's one of them right there.
I think
Kevin
all three
Harvick.
RCR cars got in it.
Yeah.
Harvick, Burton,
We didn't
and
see
Casey
Boyer.
Mears. Oh yeah, Boyer was not in it.
And I'm going to tell you, Truex was a factor. This was a guy that had a shot at running in the top 5 and possibly putting himself in position to win the race. These guys were good today.
I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if it all checked up and just was a.
Watch the 88.
Okay, the 88 got sideways.
And he's got Truex right behind him. And
Kyle Busch. Kyle couldn't really go anywhere.
No.
So
Rudiman gets turned.
Close to whoever he was next to. You see him down on the bottom. You see the one has to check up. Kyle tries to squeeze to the right. And they, whether Martin came over or whatever, there just wasn't enough room. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just everybody going for the same spot.
And when the 88 spun his tires, he goes to the inside. So now all of a sudden it looks to Kyle Busch like it's a 3-wide racetrack. You see the 88. Look at how far over he comes over. You can't see it from that angle. But the 88 or the 18 stuffs it up in there, and the 1 follows and then comes back to get around the 88.
Yeah.
And there's no place to go. That is strictly racing. And I know everybody, watch the 88. Well, we're already past it again. They're already into it.
It's just like I said. It's just a chain reaction thing where you're only talking about inches here.
Yeah, and that's
you don't
nobody's
have a lot
fault.
of room to work with. When somebody checks up in front of you, you're just hoping you don't get run.
Expensive too, Wally.
They are, Matt. You're right. That's why you have second thoughts. Okay, here we go.
With the helmet off, record just got there now.
Let's see the accuracy.
And it's a shot.
Oh!
Wow, that was pretty gutsy. It's like a bullfighter.
What happened to Ron Hornaday?
Oh, I see. He brushes the wall on the backstretch. He climbs the wall.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Stacy Compton, the other car involved.
I didn't think you could do that.
Man, oh, look at Mike Wallace. Just barely miss him as he goes across. I didn't even realize he had damage to the right side.
He was close to getting over on his head.
Man,
upside down.
He just got squeezed up on that wall, and it just caught just enough for him to drive up the side of that wall. Joey Chitwood style right there. Everybody did a good job, too, to get through that.
And that is Mike Wallace in the 7 car. Yeah, that is unbelievable.
We have an onboard camera with Ron Hornaday. This ought to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about 18 degrees banking on the racetrack. There he goes by the 45 car, Kyle Petty. Now listen to this and watch. He never backed off. He was climbing the walls.
Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick were battling for position, and couldn't tell from that view if there was contact or not, but Kevin Harvick goes around.
And you see the smoke, as you mentioned, Rick, basically blinding on the backstretch. None of these cars can see as they come through.
33 got in the back of the 78.
Wasn't a lot of damage to the right front of the 78, but then right here, so the 88 and the 78 are both going to try to get going in the same direction or get going in the correct direction. They both put it in reverse. Boom. Damage on both cars.